Hey there, StarCraft fans! Stock Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, for the 4th of July, we're going to have an American here. It is ARTOSIS versus Olympus, the Korean Protoss on Octagon, bottom left. It is Olympus, top left. It is ARTOSIS. He is an American. He's a 43-year-old American. I know he lives in Canada right now, but he was American-born, so he's American in my eyes, and he lived here for when he was growing up, guys. Right. He moved to Korea when he was like, 30-something years old. So he spent the first 20-plus years of his life in America. He's an American. He has an American accent. He speaks English with an American accent. He's American. And then 36-year-old Olympus here. Now, I say Olympus is an old man in Brood War terms because I've been casting his replays for so long, man. I have replays from him from like 2005. That's how long he has playing competitive StarCraft. But ARTOSIS has been doing it even longer than he has. He is, 4 plus 3, 7 years older than Olympus. He is the old man of StarCraft. He's the one who's hitting S rank in StarCraft at 43. ARTOSIS is something to behold, and a happy 4th of July to all of you Americans watching this cast. Should be a good one. Got this hot off the presses from RJB just a couple of days ago, and I said we need to cast this. We need American representation on the channel for the 4th of July. Independence Day from England, which I understand is the most widely celebrated holiday across the world, is independence from Great Britain. Many countries celebrate that day for themselves. So, what do we got here? Got a gate coming in. Got a Rax here too. We are prepared for proxies. If you didn't see the Proxy 2-gate mini sprung against ARTOSIS last week, let me know, and I'll put a link to it in the description here, and respond to your comment with a link to the same game, because it was a good one. It made ARTOSIS very upset. As you know, getting 2-gated by somebody as good as Mini is would make anybody. I'd be very upset as well. Gas coming up, respecting Olympus, as you should do here. And is there going to be gas? Is it going to be an expansion after the gate? Oh, Olympus. Respect ARTOSIS. He's scouting the right way, though. He sees the Rax first here, and I think he's going to take some gas now. Says, okay, it's not a weird CC first or anything like that. It's going to be very safe play. Gas, Rax, Supply Depot. We're going to get a factory before we expand. ARTOSIS playing it as safe and as close to the chest as you possibly can here, which is a smart idea against Olympus. Right now, 2 ways you can go with this. Playing it extremely safe so you don't die early to like 2 Dragoons, or taking some risks, trying to go for a CC first or like a double Rax play out in the middle of the map. But considering the fact that Olympus scouted him right off, that was the bad move, which he didn't do. ARTOSIS avoided the bad move, went for the smart one, and everything's looking good. Cybercore coming in. Olympus not expanding before Cybercore. He's playing it safe here too. Both players at about 17 workers. Factory 60% complete. First upgrade probably going to be Spider Mines, just because they really keep you safe against the Protoss until observers come out. So 1 Zealot shows up, not early, not 2 Zealots, not from the middle of the map, but from across the other side of the map. The short rush distance, to be fair, but yeah, a couple Marines. Right, trying to kill the SCV building the factory. Immediately, the other SCV is ready to replace that. Oh, probe dies. That's a big one. Probe damage really helps the Zealot. And, wow, didn't kill that 1 Marine. Why not? Okay, now he does. I was like, maybe you should. Okay, finish him. Okay, doesn't get an SCV kill. Good hold. 1 Marine down for a Zealot and a probe is great math. Okay, Vulture coming in. We got Marine production happening. Good. Who's going to expand first? Probably Olympus, as you do here against a Terran player. You want to keep that base count up on the Terran as much as you possibly can. So yeah, if you're new here, I'm Falcon Paladin. I'm here with StarCraft content, 5 of these every single week, which is a great thing to see here in 2026, is 5 full VOD Brood War games on the channel. I have live streams Friday, Saturday, Sunday as well here on the channel. Out on Twitch if you're more of a live stream Twitch watcher, right? StarCraft watcher, twitch.tv/Falcon Paladin. So say hello, subscribe, trying to get to 100,000 subs, and I think some of you guys probably aren't subbed to the channel, so doing it would make me happy, and that's what it's all about, making other people happy in this world. Now, Vulture on the move out. Yes, fine, not going to find anything. Does he not know? Is he looking for weird stuff? Oh, he hasn't scouted the Protoss yet, has he? I thought an SCV had. But yeah, bunker up. Range not done yet, right? We got range before the expansion, so it's, just about done. But you can't get it done before the bunker is done, even if you rush into that against a good Terran player who knows the timing of range. Vulture gets in, says, okay, you are expanding. This isn't like a weird 2, 3, 4 gate, 1 base murder your opponent with Dragoons play, which, fairly viable. Pretty scary stuff, actually. Vulture getting a kill would be nice. Getting 2 kills would be beyond nice. And he does. 3? I don't think he got 3. He got 2. He got 2 kills. Good for him against Olympus. Not too shabby. Behold the robotic support bay. Behold the gateways. Nothing too crazy here from Olympus. He's not trying to win this thing now. He's not trying to, like, embarrass ARTOSIS necessarily. Right? Observatory. He's respecting the spider mines, which are not being researched because we're getting siege first. Good old Kerrigan Chrysalis here on the Octagon getting murdered. Just so you don't accidentally click on it. It just helps you block off against incoming wings, generally, is the whole idea. You're not going to use it against incoming zealots because they don't care about anything you can wall off with, anything squishy anyway. Right? Marines or SCVs cannot do anything against a zealot, but against lings, it's not bad. You see an early pool coming. This helps you, you know, SCV, Marine, bam, walled off, done, safe. Safe as houses. As I believe the saying goes. That's an older one. Never really understood it quite fully, but it is something old people used to say. I think it's important to understand history. Understand what people used to say and what they say now and how it relates to everything else. Okay, here goes nothing. Sieging up. Marines are here. Gonna build a bunker. That'd be hilarious. Oh, we got spider mines before siege mode. I apologize. He got spider mines fast and then went into siege, which is both of them are done, so it doesn't really matter. Observers are like, no, your spider mines aren't getting any hits on us, sir. If we can kill these Marines, we can handle the tanks, but easier said than done. If the Marines are hanging out back here. Dude, is ARTOSIS going to win this game? This is pretty scary stuff. Tanks on high ground, technically. Dragoons go for the counterattack. Oh, okay. Hold on a second. They're like, you know what? Fine. Sit out there. I don't care. I'm going to leave some zealots back here and try to handle you. But also the majority of my army is heading up the left side of the map. And we're going to base trade this? Is he going to kill the natural base of ARTOSIS? There's not enough to stop this. There's nothing in that bunker. Oh, boy. All right, ARTOSIS is like, screw it. We ball. Where'd all those Dragoons go? Oh, he says, they're up here. There's nothing in that bunker, hilariously, but we're going to kill it anyway. Probes getting pulled off. They have to deal with these tanks and these Marines. The micro on display is not great, but that's because we're doing stuff on both sides right now. But all the probes are going to die. The Marines getting killed. That's so many dead probes. Still 21 remain inside the main base. The natural base, like I said, is going to die to these Dragoons. They don't have any attack upgrades, but they do massive damage anyway. Into the main base. Screw it. We can leave the command center alone. This is getting intense. All of a sudden, siege tanks sieging up 4 kills. 2 kills on those tanks. Dragoons getting obliterated by siege tank shots as they come in here. Marine shots bruising them up as well. Just not even close. But these guys are functionally invincible. This zealot putting in a lot of extra work versus these everythings. Good against SCVs, good against tanks. Needs to fire on something. Spider mines killing 2 of the Dragoons defensively. Nicely done. One of these tanks has died. I don't know how, but it did. And 1 tank versus 1 Dragoon inside the minimum attack range. That's right. Dragoons don't have a minimum attack range. This is insane. Have we held? Second base has landed from our guy ARTOSIS, but he's not mining from it at all. 1 siege tank holding against 3 Dragoons. Go after a couple of the guaranteed damage SCVs, maybe, but again, Dragoons take so many hits to kill an SCV. What is the guaranteed damage here, actually? And it seems to be going after the SCVs. Yes, killing as many spider mines and as many vultures as he can. He's not getting out of here. Oh, gosh. Yeah. 7 kill Dragoon wiped, but natural base alive for the Protoss, natural base alive for the Terran. We take a deep breath. It's 27 probes to 21 SCVs. SCVs have died. A lot of probes have died, but we've kind of reset the game. Economically, looking at it, worker count is about where the Protoss wants to be, and the Terran's pretty happy being at about 23, 24 SCVs at this point here, too. Wishes he had more, but, you know, didn't have that advantage before everything got started and went crazy anyway. So we're back. A couple more Dragoons showing up. Again, 3 siege tanks sieged up with Spider Mine, Vulture support. Engineering bay, walling off the front, not a bunker. We're not making Marines anymore. We're done with Marines. DT's in production. He got in here and said, you don't have an engineering bay. You don't have an academy for ComSat. Hold on a second. Can I just build a couple DTs and come win? He's got the observer parked and he's like, well, spider mines are a problem, right? DTs maybe dropped in the main base would be better. Maybe we could build a, yep, there you go. Building a shuttle, building DTs. Dropping in the main base. There are spider mines there too, obviously. Trying to kill this egg, which again helps to wall off a little bit, but not that we see players use it all the time in this matchup, more against a Zerg. kind of a thing. Walling's more important that way anyway. Ow, dragging a couple Dragoons into siege tank fire is something you can do to thin out that Dragoon count, assuming the Dragoons are dumb, which they are. But the player has to control them and be like, hey, knock it off. Stop that, you. And then they won't be dumb anymore. That's what it's all about. It's kind of like how the human brain has impulses, right? We all have impulses. Just stuff that our brain tells us to do, and we choose whether or not to follow it. We can let the brain drive. We don't even have to, like, consciously make the choice to let the brain drive. We just let the brain drive, and it's easy, right? But it's smarter to tell the brain, no, that impulse, yes. Or think about this now. Let's do this instead. Not even an impulse at all, right? Let's go to the gym. Is that an impulse? No. Ow, nice Spider-Man connections, but DT... Oh, my gosh. ARTOSIS is like, I'm winning over here. Let's go. But then DT's unloading. Turrets! Build turrets! No. Gosh, not even close. Not even close to building turrets. SCV's fleeing the main base. There's nothing for them here at all. Quick, Spider-Man, the... whatever you have, I guess. Vulture sniping a couple High Templar here. Hang on. Actually kill that High Templar, though. It's really important to kill that High Templar. No? Okay, cool. That's fine. C-Tank's got him. We're doing this... okay, I'm epic tagging this game. This is insanity. I cannot believe how good this game has been. Killing a supply depot. Guaranteed damage. Great choice. Vulture's going to town on the probes, though. Probe count was higher. Not anymore. Probes come up to assist Dragoon friend in clearing them out. Siege tank sieging up at the natural base. 4 of them. This time 2 was bad enough. Spider Mines wiping out DTs, coming to respond. These DTs are having a great time. Where do the obs go? Denying all mining at that base. And Olympus GG's out of game 1 of our sneaky twofer. USA! 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 Holy smokes, ARTOSIS won! I don't know that I've cast an ARTOSIS win against a player as good as Olympus. I mean, how good is Shine, I guess, is the question. He's beat Shine on the channel, but has he beat Olympus on the channel? I don't know. Regardless, anyone as good as Olympus, I don't know. I don't think he has. Insane stuff, man. Usually he's beating kind of lesser-known toss, but Olympus, again, has a good resume. Been around for a long time. He's an old man like ARTOSIS is, but ARTOSIS is even older. Look at this. He just gets the tanks up into the natural base. You know, vultures, so many vultures down here. You can't make enough Dragoons to handle that. And these tanks, thank you very much. The DTs can't win a base race because they can't kill lifted buildings. And there are spider mines and turrets back in the natural anyway. Vultures being produced here too. More income available for Valks, at least, for now. And it's going to be worse once the vultures get on top of these probes here. So ARTOSIS wins. I'm going to be honest. I was going to do a sneaky twofer here anyway. But then I was like, okay, let's do this short game here. And then ARTOSIS will probably lose that, right? Because, you know, if it's an 11-minute game, usually Protoss kind of wins it. No. ARTOSIS wins game 1 of the sneaky twofer. Dude, great macro, great reads throughout. Great micro. Again, this is a guy that gets to S rank on the Korea ladder, which I don't think any other Americans do. I don't think there's another American who does that right now in 2026. Outproducing Olympus, out-killing Olympus. That'll get the job done a lot of the time. And then resources. It's an outspend by Olympus, but when this happens, you get outproduced and outkilled, your outspend needs to be a bit more than this. It seems like it would be enough, I'm going to be honest with you, like 3,000 resources in 11 minutes. Yeah, that should be enough. Nope. Nope, not today. Okay, that was fun. That was so fun. We've got more coming for your 4th of July, so set up those fireworks. Blow up a piece of America in celebration of it. And let's see what Game 2 is all about between Olympus and ARTOSIS. Game 2's on Polypoid. It's Olympus and ARTOSIS again. Bottom right, Olympus. Top left, ARTOSIS. All right, American, make me proud again. Defeat an elite Korean Protoss player and make Americans everywhere happy. If you're not an American, I apologize to the American-centric cast today, but it's the 4th of July. If you can't be American-centric on the 4th of July, when can you be American-centric? I try to be impartial the rest of the year, but today it is a gosh darn 4th of July. Even if the governor of Utah, the state where I live, said no fireworks this year, I'm going to be lighting off some fireworks later. So if I disappear for a while, it might be because I'm in jail. Might be because I'm in jail. Just a thought. Okay, so Any crazy stuff here? No, right? Playing it normal. Pile on inside the base. We got ourselves no SCVs running out there to try to kill this barcode Protoss. Does ARTOSIS know it's Olympus? I don't know. He might. He might be very aware it's Olympus. He might not know. It's our guy. Yield Supply Depot. Wonderful stuff. Man, before we get too crazy into this, I want to say last night I had a dream that I was playing basketball, and every time I'm having a dream playing basketball, I can dunk. For years now. Have I ever dunked a basketball in a 10-foot hoop? No! That is the standard height for a rim. I have never once dunked on a 10-foot rim. I'm 5'11", folks. The number of people who are 5'11" who've been able to dunk a basketball is not very high, let's be fair. But every time I go up with the ball and I'm like, oh, well, by golly, I'm right here at the rim. Might as well dunk it. And then I do. And it's so nice. It's like how every time I dream that I'm swimming, I can breathe underwater. Like, my brain thinks my body has these fantastical capabilities that I do not have in the real world. And it's not like I can shoot lasers or I can fly or do anything amazing. I just can dunk a basketball and breathe underwater. Like, they're fine skills to have. They're not like, you know, superhero type stuff. As far as fantasies go, it's okay. It's middle of the road, but that's what my brain comes up with when I dream, folks. So a little bit of an insight into Falcon's mind. Any psychiatrists, you know, if you want to tell me what those dreams mean, let me know. I don't think they mean anything, though. So, Probe Scouting, SCV Scouting top right, Probe Scouting top right as well, though. They're both doing this stuff. Loving that. And I guess while I'm bragging, America is in the round of 32 in the World Cup, Men's World Cup. Looking good, guys. And they've got a pretty decent road. They might be able to make it to the Final Four of the World Cup, which would be absolutely unhinged if they do that. And the rest of the world would be on notice, because this looks like the best World Cup team of all time for America. There are some good teams out there. France looks amazing. Brazil looks really strong as usual. Right? Spain still looks pretty good. They've had some disappointments in the World Cup so far, but they're still pretty scary. So the U.S. doesn't look like them. I'm not saying that they're like top tier, but, you know, Final 8, Final 4, not out of the question. We'll see how that goes. I think by the time some of you see this, that game will have happened. The Bosnia and Herzegovina? All right. Anyway, SCV Scouts. Probe wants to get a scout off. Cannot. Bosnia. I don't like Bosnia and Herzegovina. Herzegovina, a rich mountainous country on the Balkan Pennsylvania in southwestern Europe. We got Ottoman history. Like, I don't know, man. Anyway, Bosnia and Herzegovina, country with a good soccer history. We'll see how it goes. All right, into the StarCraft we go, man, because it's the same darn thing, right? Getting the cyber core, we're getting the range before the expansion, getting the factory before the expansion, getting the bunker up. Dragoon shows up, range not quite done yet. This is a repeat of game 1, except without the zealot pressure, because it is a cross spawn situation. If you cross spawn, you're not going to have a good time. You know, sending a zealot across against a Terran. There are going to be 2 extra Marines, and you're going to die without getting much done at all. The one in the last game didn't get anything done either. Killed a Marine, I think. Forced an SCV off the line, didn't kill the SCV. So let's see. Let's see what ARTOSIS does. Game 1 was awesome. I'm epic tagging this just for that. We'll see how game 2 is. Does it live up to the awesomeness? I don't know. But RJB sent it in, and I was like, you know what? Let's flip a coin on this. Let's gamble with this. And it paid off. Spider Mines again, the first upgrade here for ARTOSIS. Second gateway on the way from the toss. Vulture says, hey, if you want to send a probe up here and scout, or, you know, expand without any support, I'm just going to kill it. I'm going to shoot it with my Vulture back. I'm going to say, what do you want? And what does he want? He wanted to build a Nexus, and then you killed him. Vulture bike pilot. Come on. So, observers, spider mines are happening. We can hear them. I don't think they could be heard by Olympus. Ooh, third base up here. Did he? No, I was like, did he time this out? No. Kind of did. Anyway, third Nexus. 541. Vulture harassment. This is something ARTOSIS has gotten a lot better at. I remember the first time I watched his stream, which is probably 6 or 7, 8 years ago, he would just get 2 bases of Terran, sit here, make a bunch of vultures, make a bunch of tanks, move out, and either win or lose. That was it. It was all 2 base all-ins, and he won with it a lot, but then Protoss started getting a lot smarter about it and started kicking his butt, and his chat was always like, get a 3rd base, you dummy, because they abuse ARTOSIS constantly, right? So eventually he started getting 3rd bases. And also he started sending vultures out to harass instead of just keeping them in his base. Because, you know, it's scary to send them out. They might die. But all the best Terran players do it. And if you're going to win a game of StarCraft, play like the best Terrans. So, oh, the Marines came across 2. Interesting. Spider mining. No, the first 2 Dragoons. Look at that. You can't run. Ba-bam! And you got to run into Marines if you're going to run. That's no good. Dragoon dead. Any more spider mines available? Don't know. Dragoons might have to come back and deal with this, and they are coming back to deal with this. Targeting some of the probes. Once again, being willing to lose some of the vultures. If you're going to kill a bunch of probes and a couple Dragoons, it's totally worth it, and it really slows the Protoss down. Vultures are cheap. Dragoons are not. Not as cheap as vultures are. Vultures are here for this. They spider mine. They sacrifice themselves. They kill probes. They kill Dragoons. They kill Zealots. That's the whole play. And if they're sitting at home, they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Speed units are for attacking and harassing. Muta is not allowed to sit at home. Vultures not allowed to sit at home. Zerglings not allowed to sit at home. If those units are sitting at home, they're being used incorrectly. They must be out and harassing. That's exactly what ARTOSIS did, and it's paying off for him. How's he doing on factory count? Is he trying to get a 3rd today? At least in this game. He didn't get one in game 1. It's only 3, 4 factories. Let's see when he stops. Citadel, nice. More gateways, cool. Not going for a crazy, 2.5 base carrier opening here as Olympus. There's a 3rd base, yeah, so look at that. 4 racks, stopped making them. There's the expansion. If you go up to 5 or 6 or 7 racks, there's not an expansion yet. Probably going to be a 2 base all-in, and 3rd base might not actually come, or it will come after a major attack. So that's something you want to scout, Protoss players, is how many factories does your enemy have before that 3rd base goes down. And I mean, if the 3rd base doesn't go down because he made 6 or 7 racks, then yes, that's a good tell. You're probably getting attacked. Olympus knows what's up here. He's got a great eye on it. He's actually sending in, saying, yes. 4 factories at 8.5 minutes. There's an expansion somewhere. I'm not sure he knows this is here exactly, but he knows. Minerals only. Once again, minerals only. I'm not a big fan of it, but you got to make Zealots, and you got to make Vultures anyway, so hey, why not? Comsat coming in. Got Comsats in this game. Didn't have Comsats in the last game. Would have been nice against the DTs. Scans in, sees everything. Sees the tech. Sees the Citadel. Sees lack of Stargate. Says, okay, still could be fast Arbiter, right? This could be a fast Templar Archives, and then a Stargate, and then an Arbiter. Just, something you wanna see. Man, I posted a short on my YouTube channel here about a month or 6 weeks ago of Shine just getting his entire natural and main base mineral lines wrecked by 1 DT. It has like 1 million views. Do any of my standalone videos on this channel of StarCraft have 1 million views? No! But you guys certainly enjoy watching drones just getting eviscerated by a single DT named Zeratul, I guess. Whew, it was a shuttle versus Shine game. I still get comments on that thing. The other major short that has gotten a ton of attention on the channel is a bunch of Ultras just getting obliterated by Marines. So what I'm learning here is you guys like watching Zerg die. At least most of you like watching Zerg die. A bunch of you are Zerg fans, right? A bunch of you are like, I don't like watching Zerg die, but more of you are not. I'm watching Zerg die. Part of that, I think, is because the last 6 ASL winners have been Zerg. And everybody's like, I like watching Zerg get pwned because they win every ASL, and I'm sick of it. I understand that. Anyway, Olympus here. There's no Zergs here, so we're going to stop talking about Zerg. Double expanding, 6 o'clock and 3 o'clock. 3 bases for ARTOSIS. There you go. Storm on the way. Cool. More Vultures. Yes. So either we need to expand ARTOSIS or we need to move out. These are the choices. Vulture checking to make sure no ninjas here in the top right. By golly, there aren't any. Okay, guys, you can probably keep moving now. Siege tanks have +1, working on a +1 armor and a +2 attack. Zealot leg upgrades coming in. It's going to be shuttles, going to be pretty gateway man. Artosis says fun game. The first game was really fun, and he won, so that means it's really fun, right? This game is 3 bases. I guess I'll get 4 more factories here at 11 minutes. I'm gonna have so much money, I need to be able to produce stuff with it. Olympus, just gateway manning. It's gates, it's gates. It's no sign of a Stargate, no arbiters at all. We're gonna win this thing with Psystorm, Zealots, Dragoons, and Shuttles. Thank you very much. Get her an amulet? Charon boost? Sure. Charon boost. Even if your enemy is not going carriers, having Charon boost is great. Shutting down this space with a single vulture and a spider mine is hot. That really has got to get your dopamine levels up as a Terran player when you can deny a base with a single vulture up there. And you're like, yeah, that's right. You thought you were expanding up that direction. You weren't. Spider mine almost killed that zealot. Okay, we'll send like 10 vultures to kill him and avenge our vulture buddy that we were very proud of up there. Gonna spider mine this area, potential attack path, right? I mean, there's an observer watching the whole thing. But 186 to 161 supply. Here we go. These bases got online, a ton of income, a ton of production. Gateway units don't take that long to build. That's kind of the reason this is such a good thing anyway for Protoss to do as a strategy. Aziz is gonna go for it. This is polypoid, right? How many times have we seen a Protoss charge into this base for the Terran, no matter where it is, right? Whichever spawn it is as the 3rd base. They do this. They just go. They just pull the ripcord, charge on up here, get some good storms off on the tanks because they're not getting targeted as much as you'd like them to by, you know, the vultures, for example. Beautiful siege tanks getting them storms up, but not enough death. Guys coming up the right side. Nope. High Templar probably wants to get a storm up before it runs, but no, doesn't have the energy to do it. Actually, totally does. These zealots getting obliterated. Yeah, right. So this is usually what happens. The first attempt, no. But see, the whole point is the Protoss has so much more money than the Terran player does. They're making 15 zealots at a time. They come back. They make a few more inroads. Right. Somehow a High Templar got a storm into that position by himself. I don't know how he did that without any support, but whatever. Further upgrades on the way from Los Terran. Protoss at a +1. Vultures casually sitting there at that 2-1 we prophesied would be coming because it is. SCV's thinking about expanding 12 o'clock. He says, well, I handled the first attack, so it's going to be a minute before he can rebuild and repower up. So let's expand. Let's spider mine everything so we can at least slow down his assault as it comes across the map. Where's your obs? Where's your obs? Where's your... Oh, there we go. Obs was preset for where the spider mines were. Great job. So this is a slow, it's not a kill, but it's also detection, right? It's also letting Artosis know, oh, there's Dragoons making a beeline for that 4th base. Maybe I should do something about that. And then he does, right? And look at this. Just vultures, dude. You don't have to bring tanks out. You can bully a small number of Dragoons just with vultures, especially if they have +2. That seems to be the line of demarcation to where they are so much better than they were with no attack upgrades. It's like Lings getting Adrenal. Vultures getting +2 is kind of the same thing. Really levels them up where they can fight stuff like buildings and Dragoons where they couldn't before. Now look at this. Denying that too. Dude, ARTOSIS gonna go 2-0? On the 4th of July, I did not dare hope. I had no hope in my heart that ARTOSIS would win 2 games against Olympus. He's playing so well. So well right now. That's what happens when you grind. You grind StarCraft for decades and decades. Eventually, I guess you get okay at it. Well, I don't think there's enough here from Olympus to get up. The Zealots are bouncing around on the backside like, I don't just... There you go. Send the Zealots in. Vultures are here to eat them. Psystorming the Vultures is never a bad thing to do. And yes, it's very satisfying to storm these tanks and kill a few of them. But then All the vultures are dead, and you've got to fall back once again. What a great hold. Sniping the High Templar. Not enough room in the shuttle for all of them. And it's 146 to 143 supply. Exactly where a teching, meching Terran player wants to be. So, okay, it's a desperate maybe shuttle into the main base, storm some SCVs there, but they had just got transferred. That's a bad time. No, trying to unload here. Unloading back here and storming from the other side of this wall is a time-honored tradition. And there it is. But look at this. There's no SCVs to storm. ARTOSIS pulls them out prematurely. He knows what that shuttle means. He's been stormed there before. He's ready for it. Now the question is, when do you put the SCVs back? Look, pulling more SCVs from the natural base. Yeah, look at this. Storming, killing like... Oh, there we go. I was going to say killing like one SCV. And... Okay, more, sure, yeah, but still 61 SCVs to 57 probes. Olympus double expanded and hasn't done anything since. Hasn't expanded since. He's thought about it. Man. I don't know what Olympus is supposed to do here. He's made 2 concerted attempts to kill the third base of ARTOSIS and failed each time. He's got 2-1-2 upgrades, which is awesome, but these tanks, 3-3 is kicking in momentarily. He's sieging up, and once again, where are the Zealots? Oh, flanking from the bottom side. Great storms. Zealots leading the charge. Vulture's got to chew through a lot of lots before their job is done. And I don't know if they've got it in him. ARTOSIS is getting run over this time. Part of it is the high ground is not his friend in this situation because there isn't any high ground for him. He's fighting on even ground, and the Zealots, Dragoons, really having a great time here, dude. It is 160 to 121 supply. Oh, crushing it. Can he push into the natural from here? Up into the 12 o'clock from here. He sure can. ARTOSIS is like, no, 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 no. No, don't get up there. Please stop. Please don't get up there. Vulture trying to block the access. Absolutely not happening. Walking up. Dragoons are clunky on ramps, but that was pretty smooth. High Templar wanders up. Gets a beautiful 8-kill storm. 55 SCVs remaining. Front falling apart rapidly for ARTOSIS. Oh, and he said, fun game, huh? I think he was being sarcastic about it. Protoss was like, yeah, I'm just casually getting up to 5 total bases, and I might not win with my first couple attacks. Sidestorm is pretty good. And there's the rage quit. ARTOSIS toughs out. He couldn't pull it off. He couldn't pull off the 2-0 against Olympus. That's only fair. But getting game 1 is enough to make every American stand up in their room and cheer wildly at the result of that first game. Second game, Korea gets the win there. They usually do against us Americans. But getting a win there was just so impressive. In this game, a little bit more standard, right? A little bit more standard for PvT compared to what we got in game 1. The attacks into this base, right? Thinning tank count out, I guess, but just the extra 2 bases here, putting in a ton of work. 4th base happened, but a little bit too late, I think. And then this engagement, right? I'm moving out here. I think he was trying to move out to maybe cover and protect this base. I don't know if he was trying to move out and attack something, but either way, Olympus with that flank of Zealots from the south, right? This is what won it for him. This wasn't winning. Even with the high ground, that army was not winning against the mech army that was placed here, but it's coming up from the south. Those Zealots did not die for a long time, and that is what killed ARTOSIS. So GG, man. Happy America Day, everybody. Hope you're enjoying it. And that was awesome. What a great display of what? Well, I don't know. How to play PvT there from Olympus, and game 1 was scrappy and extremely fun too. Okay, well, that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.